the new star. Quality team will kill me, but okay. They are the new star. They are making difference now. Competing. They are new. You know, bullet,
Yeah.
runner, bullet. They are the new bullet now. So we'd like to start with you. Okay. So come down. Yalla. Buyurun. Welcome to Anas, even though Anas shows one time and he go away.
And disappear?
What? I didn't hear.
You come and you disappear.
I don't know what to say.
Here, come here. I have. So, but this is the lesson for us, and we can do step difference even during the forum days. Okay. So, is it number 3? Which one? Okay. Sunaida. Okay. I wanted to tell you about this. Something like this. Also, this is my plan B. Okay, entrepreneurship team. Prof. Yasmin. My plan B. If you are not prepared, I am always prepared. Okay. So but I hope, inshallah, you will not let me use this. Okay. This will be my presentation on your behalf, or you will present on this, which is about what? About what is the story of your team. Okay. So this is an example of values team. Okay, and how their story and what is they are trying to do. For example, they'll be going into first day and trying to, these are the days: inspire us, engage us, teamwork, and then inspiration project, startup, and the last day how we will spread our inspiration. Hannah, you translate your mother, maybe brief, give that brief, small brief. Okay. So this is something that is, and then what is the purpose of the team? Each team I made for them goal of team. Okay, resilience, values, ethics, which is I have given before, right? So just for your information. And how this team affect other teams. Okay, what is the relation of this team compared to other teams? And this is again the color code. Why is it chosen color code? And then what is the definition of value? Okay, we define values different ways. So this is again something people they should know. Every member of your team they should know what mean value. What we use for what value. We use value added, value driven, big value, and so on. I'm not explaining this, just to show it. And then how the team is distributed. Okay. Then the meetings of the team and who's are now the team members. Okay. I think Selma, you did not.
I've updated the version on my laptop. I think you have the older version.
Update the names here.
It's updated with us, but not with this copy.
So then again, what are the team goals? The role of the team. Okay. So again, what are the main role of the team? What they were trying to do today or tomorrow? And then here there will be like exercise to check with your team what they think your team should go through in order to achieve your goal. You want to change, you want to make a model, right? In your own society, very small model. Maybe it will apply in school, applied in radio or TV, applied in maybe in a society, in a private business or something like this. Okay, in a club like Balas. So this is maybe examples of marhamat, like quality of life. So you have to choose, specify where you're going later, at the end of the forum. At the end of the forum, we should come where we are going to implement the project, specifically, so that everybody feel, your team members, even those coming from Bahrain, Hooper, that they are feeling that they belong to this team. They will continue corresponding with you on this team. And this is the journey of the team, usually what they will go through, step by step, again, how they go from the first day from July till inshallah July next year, July 2017. So these are the steps that the team will go through till they produce, and then these are the questions, the main questions that the team is trying to answer. Okay, what are the unique about BH values? What they want to do? What they need to explore to make BH values more important, or to improve the BH values of people of BH values. Okay, and this team, they will explain to you what they have done about this. Okay, and then there was example who might be their guests, like Nahla, like Askara, like Marhamat, and so on. Ministry of Education. Okay, So these are the notes of the team. I will not go through it, just for right. So this is an example of what we have put as a plan B. In case the team, they don't have something to discuss or something, the second day we start to help the teams to pick up so that your goal, going to the forum, starting from after tomorrow, and how much you can extract from those who's coming to the forum. So you have like people coming from different cities or from even from Bihaj, or experts, or those who maybe like will have Diana and Izzet, for example, from TV and radio. We'll have the minister, I think, first day. I'm not sure the plan is approved now. We have guests, right, for every day. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Dunya sent
Yes.
you, so I hope all the guests will be coming in the right time, except Bayram Day. There will not be guests. Our guest will be Marhamat, for your own information. So all of you can ask Marhamat that day, okay? Because since we'll be with Marhamat. So just I wanted to tell you, and every team have something like this being prepared for them.
And already you have all copy of this. You
I
remember
sent
we
you this by
discussed
the way,
that.
by email, but just to tell you now, this is plan B from our side. Okay, now for the coming team, we'll give them the floor. And you have 10 minutes. Please, let's try to now rehearse for that. And we'll have 10 minutes in the forum, in the presentation, so try to use the time, inshallah. Salam. You can sit with your team. No.
Thank you. Okay, we should start. Hello and assalamu alaikum to
Zanette, you can
everyone.
sit.
But I can't see, okay. We are ethics and values team. My name is Selma. This is our member Zinata and team member Silita. This is our pictures. Okay. The problem we have noticed is the
Nice roadmap.
our country, Bosnia and Herzegovina, is marked as country in the Europe which have the biggest number of betting shops. So approximately in Bosnia we have 1/2 million youths which are always in betting shops. So in this short time we will show you dangers of this kind of addiction. So for youth in Bosnia, and with the correct data. So we have shown here that bettings, we spend there 500 million km, and youth in Bosnia we have no job. So one data for Unasana canton we have about 200 bettings in our canton. So and as I said, Bosnia and Herzegovina is the first in Europe by the number of the bettings. So about more than 100.
Number of betting per population or number of betting?
Number of bettings.
You need to make
So
sure
although
that-
you are not the biggest country, but you have the biggest number.
U obzirom na broj stanovnika Bosne.
You know English, I know you
In
know.
relation to the number of cities.
Oh, the population, yeah, that's usually the number.
So this is one maps. So you can see that that yellow are bettings and the blue one is the school. So in every school, around every school in the city, we have a lot of bettings. So the youth have no choice. They are always watching things like that.
And we must tell that this map doesn't contain all information about bettings in the center of Bihać because some of bettings are protected and we didn't find their addresses on the internet. This is some available.
So there are even more. So
Yes,
You can show the one for Sarajevo, I think I had one.
I haven't.
Yeah, we can put it next time.
but
The
this one,
presentation add it also, to show example if you have a complete detail. Okay, and if you see the Sarajevo one, you'll be really frightened. Because you see that it's like a, you know, a point and a big cake, the schools are surrounded like this.
So we have in Bosnia also a big problem with unemployment. So there are our results from our first and second questionnaire. The first, we had one paradox you can see. The people are spending 10 km per week, and that is paradox with so much unemployed people here. So the other results are the 45% are minors, and they are was in the betting shops at least once. So that is not good. So gambling, in our second questionnaire, we have seen that 67% people are gambling here. And what is
76, 67.
Yes. So 19% of people thinks that that is even problem. They are gambling, but they even think that is this problem. We have also the one paradox that parents teach them about ethical values, but they, for the first time, was at betting with their parents. So they have seen that from their parents. One good result is 97% of people wouldn't let their kids or sister to gamble. So they think that this is not good, but
They do it.
They do.
Alarming, right? Something that's...
How the project go on. So
Road says everything.
You can explain, Smaida.
Yeah, it says I painted this. I don't need to tell anything. The road says everything. We was inspired. We researching. We do workshop, questionnaire, survey, meetings. Experience. We have some experience here. Zineta have a lot of experience with doing with young people. She also do some workshops with them, and we use this information about from she. We have some interviews, and this is the road when we started, and we have a lot of
Curves.
Challenges.
Challenges,
Yes.
yes.
That's why inspiration is like this, no?
Yes. Okay. This is our team. Our work. We are working here.
So we have a big problem with unemployment here, economy, political problems, and insufficient law enforcement. So that make our country very good place for spread that negative business like gambling are. So our youth is also very easy to become gambling addicted because they can also gamble using internet sites, and we cannot forget that our youth today have no choices because, as we said, around all our schools are so much gambling and betting shops, and so we need to give them some better choices like more education or something like that, just so our goal cannot be to close all that gambling. We need to get a betting shop, we need to then give them some better choice to do that. Okay, so we have some success stories. In Sarajevo, in one old city, the government decided to close all betting shops. Their reasons wasn't schools and children. Their reasons was like it made the look of the old city. So that was the reason to close all betting shops.
Which city is that?
What?
City name?
Sarajevo. Old city.
Old city.
And also one city more religious too. The government has decided to close all betting shops. So that our success story.
Model.
Success story.
Okay.
Finish?
Okay. Thank you very much. Comments from the jury? Anyone comments from the jury?
They have 2 minutes left.
So it's good. Their timing was good.
Yes.
Any comments, Sister Diana, on the project? Okay. No comments at all? Okay, I'll start comment. First, thank you very much. Very good improvement as last time, but I thought I have covered also more. We need photos more. We need to see photos of, for example, gambling shop or betting shops. Okay, so people they will live the picture. They will, photo. We say always visual is relevant to mental. Okay, the more I see, the more I can relate. And you want to inspire me, right? You want to inspire all of us. So the more they see, for example, pictures, the better it is. Whether you take it from the Hajj like robot, right? We said, or you take it from internet. Up to you. That's one. But for Bosnia, okay, that's number one. Number two, we said you're gonna meet models of those, whether we said through our sister Abella or from your friends. We met many people that they know lots of people they are gambling from their age. Okay. بعدين we met بعدين I forget now. Yesterday we met also, and they mentioned about that. Okay. So there's lots of people, they know people that in their youth they are gambling. Also yesterday, Hannah also was saying, I think, right?
Yeah.
About betting or gambling.
Yeah.
So everyone knows someone. Okay? Some people, they know a good story, like for any, like Arabella, they know a good story, because story, anecdote, we call it anecdote in English. The story change people. People, they change through three times. Either they do projects like you. Okay, people, they don't change from lecture. So lecturing, people, it will not change us. If I am betting today, I see this lecture, still I'll go now outside and make betting. It doesn't change me. It will change me if I start a project in betting. Okay, I do a project to fight betting, I will change. Okay, or it will change me when I see best practice. Okay, or when I hear a story. These are proven from change, because this is my business. Change. People will change only from this story, the minimum. Say they see best practice. For example, someone was gambling or making betting and he left betting, or betting, or she left betting. Okay, that's one issue. Or someone who was betting and they lost their money. Arabella, she had a very good story about that. Okay.
Not only one.
Yeah, I know. So I know a lot of you. I think most of you know lots of people, because it's spreading in your community. They bet and they lost their money. They cannot go. Even they cannot go back, or they can't eat. Okay. It's like alcohol, like addiction, like drugs. Okay. So this is something we need to mention about it. We mentioned in our story because we want to show how much our project is important. Why we mention it? Not only to cry. No. We mention it to make inspiration. Okay. That's the idea. Your project is about inspiration. You want to show, and this is the level. It is very difficult, and I told you it's a dangerous business. Okay, because this is mafia business. Okay, so for that we need to we cannot clarify everything, and we're gonna tackle youth. We're not tackle betting people, what they do, their business. This is nothing with us. Our problem is youth. To prevent youth to go addicted in betting. Okay, this is your project, and this is, I think you need to clarify this very clearly. Models, and you put their story. Maybe you don't mention name. But mention this like power
We have some
points.
stories, but we haven't time to open it.
Excellent. But still, you have for after tomorrow. We need that.
Okay.
In the presentation, we need that because we need to make the people feel and know why they should be involved. They are Bahrain or in Nigeria, wherever they are. Still, they need to be involved with these projects. Actually, the ones they are coming, they were supposed to come from Nigeria, which is they'll come inshallah maybe after 2 months, I hope, if we plan properly with Sister Jalila. They are specialized from United Nations for addiction, against drugs. So they wanted to come because they have there are projects against addiction or drugs or gambling. So that they want to learn. They are coming here to learn. So for that, the more you show this problem, the better it is. That's all. Otherwise, mashallah, In my opinion, I'm not sure Dunya that.
Yes, it's really surprised, really very nice. You've done a very good, and I felt that even people here, they felt the maps and how it is, how it's the schools. And I agree with what Dr. Mohammed was saying. If we show that how mothers, they go there even with their kids and pushchair, it will show how even it is type of child abuse. Maybe if you mentioned that there's the law, but even people under 18 are going to show that's critical for youth from different age of groups, it will even show more and more. And then we want to feel more where is the project going to be. You will focus in youth, and maybe you want to do one model in one school. Okay, you can't, because it's important to show what's the next project you want to do, and to show that you don't want to fight the pitting all over. As he was saying, it's a mafia work. You want to say that at least I want to have it free for youth under 18, far from school.
One school free of betting. That's the example.
The whole area.
That's your goal. That's your goal. That's all.
So then even if we measure one school, all students below 18, they have a change, you can measure it. Because of course, no matter how hard you work in 1 year, you can't change the numbers for the whole this, but it's good to have them.
Like and the same example of what you said about Sarajevo, free betting city, we can make also, we as people, we can agree with any school, okay, and we make it free of school free betting, something like this. There's
Area within a few kilometers.
At least people are more aware. So students, what is their awareness about betting today, and what's their awareness after your project? That's what maybe your areas also will be working. So define what is your project area a little bit, and let the people who's with you on the team. We'll have at least I think 10 more in your team from outside. So let the people in your team, they were to help you to how to do the project. This is your goal. Okay. Any other comments?
I have a little question.
Yeah.
I think it's unnecessary.
No, say it.
Why old city Sarajevo? Why not?
Because it's a good example.
Yes, but we have in front of Bihać, we don't have gambling shops. That's a good example too. What?
We have.
We do.
Where you don't have?
In the really center.
You have it. You know where's the ice cream shop? Next to it there is a gambling. Today me and Muhammad, we went there, but I will take you today.
Exactly near the
Ice cream shop.
There is a big one there.
We went today to take the photo, so it was next to the photo shop. There is a gambling.
Yeah.
Because we took the photo.
You don't have, by the way, I can challenge you, in Bihać now, in Bihać, this city, no, you don't have half kilometer without betting shop.
Arbil, I'll take you
You
later.
can show me, please, I want to see.
I'll take you.
Every half kilometer, there must be one betting shop. That much. You have bakery betting. You have every bakery, there is one betting.
No, you have pharmacy, second and betting. These three.
Okay.
I don't know if they know about the new law. At least I know because in my village where my family is from, now they forbid 200 meters or 500 meters from every school. It has to be away. So there is, someone
There is a law.
influenced them. So we should see how, for example, or you should see your team, who influenced those people to change the law. So maybe in that way it can be influenced as well.
I think you have lots of data about this last time you present, but you didn't present it here. So you need to present it.
I don't know if you knew about this law. Golubic. I don't know. It's near Bihać.
I think you even mentioned 1
They
kilometer
had to
from.
close the betting shop because it was too close.
She mentioned last time in their presentation to us about the law, there is a law.
But the implementation is something else.
But
Yes, but that would be good to know who
Yes.
did that,
Yeah.
why they did that. So that would be good to see the change.
okay, but excellent, very good. Focus on the
Very,
law.
very
Focus on
good.
the law. Don't focus on the law. Not only the law, I differ with Sister Jalila. And your problem is not the government, the law, the betting people. Your problem now is only the youth. And youth in specific
The younger age. Go for younger age.
specific age, okay? That's your goal. That's why. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. So next team, quality or
Member is not wasn't able to come. His name is Ken. Okay. First of all, we will talk about a little bit about the NGOs. NGOs have great influence and power in global air fights. NGOs provide public goods and services that governments from developing countries unable to provide themselves because of the lack of the resource. In territory of Bosnia and Herzegovina, there is around 12,000 NGOs. Are they enough for Bosnia? Are they enough for Bosnian youth? The number of Bosnian youth is 777,000. Our mission is to study the status of youth NGOs in the region of Bihać and Unasana cantons, study the status of youth activities, status of type of support and partnership program, ensure support of extracurricular classes, build international relations, assess the effectiveness of youth voluntary program, plan most essential types of youth NGOs for Bihać and Unasana canton. First of all, we did a questionnaire for NGOs. It was about the goal of that question was about to find out general information about members, their voluntary work, involvement of youth in NGOs, and the projects that they have done. Here's our picture of doing that.
While you're doing the guitar, also there's evidence.
Yeah, see. The first question was about general information about the members, about their age. Ages of women was 50% of them were between 18 and 25%. 50% were between 25 and 30 years old. There was nobody chose to answer between 33 and 50 years old. For the men, there was a difference. The 50% chose between 18 and 25. 25% chose 33, and 25 chose 33 till 42. 100% of NGOs answered that their NGO is multicultural and innovative. Survey results. On the question, does your NGO involve some form of voluntary work? If yes, where? 100% of the answers were yes. But the main problem is that all of the questions for the voluntary work were similar. Answers were similar. They were all about helping children. There was no other types of voluntary work. They were like common answers for the education, youth, helping children without parental care. Then involvement of youth in NGO, 85.7% are trying to attract youth in their NGOs. The ways of attracting youth, the common answers they wrote, through social networks and seminars, promotion in school, called website portals, training courses, seminars, and trips. Survey results about the projects they've done. Projects were about helping preschools, funders,
You're going too fast.
and philanthropy, including youth in decision-making process in the community. Projects of spreading answers about the importance of peace, as well as projects in the fields of medicine and the dissemination of reducing health.
In the interview, we talked with Unasana College, which is a private school in Bihać. We asked them if they support the voluntary work at school, and do they make the students do it. They said yes, and often there are campaigns for volunteer work. And about the projects that are important to them, they said that they made a well with water tank in Africa, which has our flag on it and the school's logo. The gymnasium in Bihać, they do volunteer work for many years. They have the council of students, which does most of the work for school. They collect money for occasions, and they have their own projects and their own classes. For Jedinstvo, the way that they have helped youth is that they provide them with sports or a way to do sport, and also they give them rooms so that they would be able to afford to live in Bihać and study there, but in return they have to play for the team. In the second visit, We have seen the problems that they have, which is mostly the reason why they don't have more youth coming to them. They are in very bad condition, but we have made it our project to help them. In the Boom, that is the organization of youth that has stopped working years ago because they couldn't afford it, and the interest of students wasn't very good, because they would come when there were parties or something fun to do, but when they were studying or helping them, no one would show up, and they would still have to pay the rent for the room that they were renting. So they shut down their organization a year ago. But at the Red Cross, they said that they have a really good response from the youth, because a lot of them want to work in the Red Cross, mostly because it's more popular organization, and it's first aid volunteer work. It's the most famous volunteer organization in Europe, and probably that's why youth really respond to their request for work. We have talked with Nermin Kasupovic. He came back from America, and he left. He was studying there. He left it and came back here and opened his own successful work. And he
IT business.
Yes.
About marketing.
And he said that he doesn't believe that there is not enough opportunities for youth in Bihać. He says that it's mostly because they are lazy and doesn't want to do work. That they would rather sit at home than to come and work.
After these visits and interviews, we did one more survey, but this one was for the youth. The first question we asked them: did you do any voluntary work? 27% of them said yes, we do. Yes, I do. 23% of them said no, I don't want to. 9% of them said no, I don't have enough time, and 41% said no, I don't have any opportunity. The second question was, did you operate with any NGO? 80% of them said.
How many you sample?
What?
Number?
50.
50.
But we did it like in the school with our friends. And
Okay, but I mean, can you put the number? Just put a number.
okay,
The first paragraph.
okay, we will. 30% of them said that they don't have a chance. 20% said that no, that they didn't do it, and 32% of them said I don't know anything about NGO.
So your conclusion of this, you're gonna say it later or?
We will say it
Yeah,
later. Are you satisfied with the involvement of youth in the projects? 50% of them said no, I'm not. 15 said yes, I am, and 35 said that it could be better.
Well, selfie.
In general, they said that they are not satisfied with the options, or that they don't have a place to show what they could do, or a place where they could work, volunteer work that they enjoy in. But then again, we think that the youth is not, they don't want to inform about these kinds of things.
What we understood after the several visits and interviews, we realized some problems. Youth immigrants not networking. They may do a better job. They will be able to do better projects if they are connected. Not informed. They could participate in activities. Many activities for them. Deficit of NGOs. They're not able. They would, if they have it, they will be more able to create better future for themselves. Lack of interest. If they do have it, they will be able to do whatever they want. We did one of the part of the story, and now we need your help for mark projects, a project for better future of Bosnian youth. Join us, join NGO team.
Excellent. You guys always make us underestimate you intentionally, I think. What? You make us underestimate you. You said you did not do anything since last time, but you did lots of work. You did
You've
more than
added most of the comments we asked you last time, because what I do, I break the comments from my last time, and you've added it. And then you say we haven't done anything.
No, we said that we haven't done a lot of job.
You use your
And we
mentor,
are
yeah,
so-
clever.
Yeah.
And they make you, not expectation is low, so that they come above your expectations. There is a coach, I think, good coach also.
We're so tired.
Okay,
We
so
came
wait,
from school.
wait. Any questions, comments, direction for them? Anybody have that? Sister Maliha? Yes, please.
I think it was very detailed, it was really excellent, but maybe I would focus more to have less text in the presentation and more charts and, like graphic
Yes.
approach, because nobody's going to read that much.
Pa mi kad je prezentiramo, on to skrati taj dio, to je samo eto da koju god želite
English.
čitati.
Ali više grafičkih prikaza, slika i tako. A ne, nego ja bi jednostavno taj tekst i uopšte nema da skazivati više, njega reći, to čitati ili šta ja znam.
It will attract more if you do more graphs. So,
The way you read it, it was nice. So you didn't read word by word. You present it in a nice way. Maybe you make it the same way, dots.
Okay.
It will make it
Ono
nice.
što ćete reći ne morate ni pisati, nego ćemo ga izbaciti pa ćemo umjesto toga neki grafikon ili nešto komponovati tako da vi možete iz toga, jer vi to svakako eto znate, vi ne čitate nego pričate. Tako da.
As the mentor, I agree you should.
can I summarize or any other comments?
No, she wants to.
Yes.
Only I want to say that you don't need to give us all that information. Better little information or some information, and you can slow to talk and you will understand better.
A ja inače brzo pričam.
Imali pa su oni ono požurili.
But I remember Sister Sunaida, they can explain to others, this is their explanation for their team. I think they will use it for their team, to tell them step by step what happened. So their team, they need to know the whole story. So maybe it's okay, but show more graphs if you can. Yeah. Okay. What about any other comments? No comments? Yeah, you NGO guy? From your experience volunteering? Nothing? Okay. Hey, my comments for you. Sister, I will take care
Okay.
of this.
Shall I?
See, there is a problem. Can I get your attention, please? There is a problem about. There is no problem. They like to go into. There is organization that help you. That's for sure. You said. There is inspiration. There is organization that help you, but there is no organization that inspire you. This is very clear from you. Whatever you said about the beginning, a few slides. Or make youth create their own way. There's no organization that's supporting this. And there is more organization that is also need to be done to make youth oriented about what they want to do in the future. Okay, so this is maybe clear. You should mention there is organization relevant to youth, yes, but there is no organization that is controlled by youth to create the future. This is something. This is the area where we need to work on. Okay? So that's one thing. Okay. Also, you should say, even though there are 50% of those who's working in NGOs, still there are lots of unsatisfaction. So you should compare between, put a small, this is here where Sunaida maybe was saying, maybe you could put say, even though there is 50% of youth working and voluntary, approximately, but lots of them, they are not satisfied. It means that voluntary work is not, achieving whatever we want. Okay, this is maybe something that we need to learn for, so that they can help you, inshallah. But overall, mashallah, you are surprising us again. So thank you very much. Very good. Okay, so quality of life team.
Who are those? We don't have problems.
Huh?
Environmental conditions which affect human and social development. Purpose of our project is to inspire youth quality of life to improving their choices, capacity for specific targeted areas that utilize the mindset and socioeconomic status. So quality of life is about health, work, financial, material well-being, belonging, personal safety, quality of environment, emotional well-being, and social relationship.
These are the main pathways of stage 1. We have to. We already checked. Yeah. So quality of life is about choices, and we started with the first question, which was about what. It was we first did the observations where we asked questions like simple questions. To find in like an indirect way what they think that quality of life is and why is it important. Then we did the second questionnaire, which was about how. Then we put a set of questions for raising the capacity to capture choices, ability to manage choices, and how to psychically and psychologically use choices.
And we said last time for all the teams, try to use the same idea, mind mapping, which is doing mind mapping. Very important for seeing where you're going, because you are doing what we call unstructured approach. You are just doing like this, zigzag, you know? So you need to draw this like this. Okay.
Okay, so we find that these are problems of Bosnian youth. Firstly, about education, that there is a bad connection between the educational system and the labor market, classes without practical content, and incompatibility of education. Then about health, abuse of alcohol and drugs, poor mental health, bullying, and 10% of youth have no health insurance. And about participation in public life, 50% of young people are members of youth organizations only. Only 6% of young people are members of political organization, and only 1% of young people are members of the representative body of youths.
When you're saying young people, you mean below age of 25 or 35?
To 30.
30.
30,
Okay.
yeah.
We made a questionnaire to find out what you think about quality of life and what is the biggest problem that it's affecting it. We put the questionnaire online and we did it manually, like visiting some places in town and asking you.
We did first questionnaire in July, and it was it had 100 responses.
So these are the main problems. Evaluating by the percentage, and the biggest problem is, of course, is migration. But we have a team for that. So yeah. Then we are mainly focusing on volunteering. So we kind of ask the question: how many are interested in volunteering but are consuming alcohol, drugs, and cigarettes?
So our progress is about volunteering. If we improve volunteering work, then it will be more lifelong learning, and then it will be more quality of life. So that's our main goal.
You can explain that one is skipped just by one word.
Yes, basically out of 64 girls, 25 are using drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes, but 40 aren't, so it's a good thing. And they are volunteering or thinking about volunteering.
But 25 is high, by the way, for girls. Yeah.
And we have to put for boys too. But
Yeah.
Yeah. We put it. So about questionnaire 2, we did it at August, also 100 responses. And we connected 4 Ds and 4 Cs. Quality of life is about choosing variety of choices. For youth in inspiration economy, we measure the link between the ability of seeing choices through the 4 main pillars that build inspiration, that is readiness of, the mind, the heart, the spirit, and the last, the physical content, or the presentation of things. So we connected 4 Ds with 4 Cs. 4 Ds are dream, desire, dedication, and determination, connected with choice,
which go with chance, then challenge, and at the end it will bring new change.
And this is the definition of inspiration economy. So what 4 Ds and 4 Cs. Yeah. Just summary of this again. I know you need to represent it later.
Yes, yes, we will fit it, but yes. Can we skip this part?
Okay, up to you. But if you want, just tell us summary if you want to remember. If you.
Okay, about gender, 57% are female and 43% are male. About gender.
This is your second survey.
Yes, second. About age, 65% are 18 to 24 years, 30% are 12 to 18, and 5% 12 to 18.
I mean, we don't need this detail. Just we need what is the result of this.
Okay, about is the curriculum based on the lifelong learning? Majority said yes. And also we asked about are they trying something in life, and with that they didn't succeed. So also majority said yes.
So they are used to failing.
And we
Said
said
that they are aware of the lifelong learning curriculum, but they are not practicing it. So that's the next step we were supposed to present.
also majority said yes, that it is important to work while study. So in that content we will improve employment because if you're not employment, at least you can work part-time. For students, that would be a great opportunity to work part-time. For example, it's summer. It's better to work part-time than be unemployment.
Okay, I want to ease it for this team for the sake of time. From our last meeting, we had shock because it was opposite of what we started with. We thought in the youth they don't want to work, or youth they are not. They are complaining about quality of life. Okay, and this their second questionnaire. See, this is important of data. Okay, their second question they discover youth they want to work, and they don't like that to. During their study that they don't work, but they are not working, right? Yes. So now this is something that's alarming. The youth, we thought in the Bihać University or schools, they are not teaching youth proper way of quality of life. But in reality, the result shows is that from schools, everybody aware what means quality of life, okay? And everybody knows that they should work in order to improve their quality of life, but they are not working. So now their project will be what? Making youth working during their study. Okay, so this is the area where if you make youth work during summer, during, like they work now in Europe. You can see Europe, McDonald's, these companies, they make always youth. There is not people full-time in McDonald's, for example, or other companies. Very small number. Why? Because they believe that youth, when they work, they contribute more to the changing of this. I'm not giving McDonald's as a good example, but I'm saying this is an example of a company. So this is something that is...
And they become even better in their education. Normally when you work, you understand and you appreciate your university and what you study more.
So it will be like either Iqbala's project, okay, just 5 minutes. Sorry. Either Iqbala's project which make youth go for volunteering, or it will be a youth that is going for work during their study. Okay, you know most of your students in Bihać University, they are only full time for what? For studying. Am I right, Haris? And you are not doing any work while you are studying, even though you have lots of time. And this is something not good because you are not preparing them for lifelong learning, which is Europe paying billions of euros. Billions of euros just for this word, lifelong learning. If you open now European, funds, 75% of European fund that goes for students goes for lifelong learning. And I think you had a forum or a conference 2 days ago, right? For this.
It was for information.
Yeah. Okay, I think Sister Maliha, she has.
I would just like to add that in the whole of Canton there isn't a student service. So it's like legal obstacle for students to work because if there was one, then employers would pay much less taxes, and it would be much better for them to hire students. But for example, now if I want to hire one of them, I will have to pay full taxes. But if this student service existed, I would have to pay only 10%, which is really, I mean, it would be very good for
It's available in UK. I know in America this is something.
No, there are in other towns in Bosnia, but in Bihać, for example, it used to be one, but it's closed now.
And why Bihać is different?
Okay, anyway, this is a mega project for Jerry.
Yes.
I think she can do. For the university, must have. I think.
Actually, any employer any person can register student service.
Yes.
It's like a firm. It's like when you're.
You don't need to university to do it.
No.
Okay.
So anyone can do it. Just.
So Nahla can do it also.
Yes, I'm thinking about it. Actually.
Yes. Okay.
So at the end, we want to tell
Okay.
that youth have opportunity here. Not for that example, because we have a lot of jobs. I think youth have a lot of jobs to work
It's to be legally paid, and for employers.
But
it would be
when you
easier.
pick up Raspberry,
You'll get paid.
you will get paid. So
There
you
is a way
we
to
just
ask
need to
them.
raise the awareness of it.
Yeah.
Yes, and it is not shame if you are at university to go and pick up raspberries.
But maybe you'll pay it lower. But Malih is saying
Yes,
maybe you get better job, clerical job, something, and you paid more also. If you are intellectual, you can be paid more instead of paying.
It's, we spoke once, I said, like, with this, I think that's why this student service failed. I used to be a student at that time. Because the student service used to take a lot bigger, how can I say, a lot more money. Yes, they charged a lot. So a student, for example, his daily salary was 20 km, for example, and the student service was taking 15 and only giving 5 to students. Yes, so that's something why it fails. And also what the employers are doing when a student is working. For example, I know from some young people that I used to talk to about those things. For example, when they know that it's a student, that it's a young person, they say, okay, if something is worth 50 km for a man who's, for example, older, they will give only 10 or 15 km to a young person. So that young person is working, but then they realize that actually they're paid lower, and then they just don't want to work. Those are issues that actually I think.
But this can be overcome. This is a good project that you can do with other organizations, and that's a good one.
So at the end, we want to improve at least part-time working, because if you are unemployed, your quality of life will be less and your life learning will be also less. So if you at least work part-time, you will get a new opportunity, you will get a chance to get networking, and your quality of life will be more, so it's
Or even volunteering.
Can you avoid drugs or avoid other things,
Working
alcohol?
while studying. That's the
and
most
you will be independent, because that is the main goal.
You have more choices.
Yes.
More choice.
And then you will have a richer CV when you want to work.
And when he graduates from school, he will have 2 certificates. A school of certificate of university, which is lower than certificate of life.
An experience.
The most important certificate of life. By now, today, he's graduating only from university with 1 certificate. And this is a problem.
Now, I'm as an employer, when I have a job interviews, when I have a graduate who graduate a student, but with no any work experience or volunteer, and another one, even if it's B students, but I can see in their CV lots of volunteer work, that they work part-times, and this I employ the second one, not the first one. Because I know they can juggle more in work, and they know what work life is. Because being a student, it's not the most difficult things.
Agree, Mr. Anas?
Yes.
Can you adopt this in your union?
Yes, of course. We talked about it.
Okay, and maybe they can collaborate with you to spread this message.
Yes. If they want to, they can.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, excellent. See how when you come back, even if it doesn't something, still it makes a difference. Yes. Okay.